Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Engineer Jean Paul Gonyo, and this is my first lecture video. We just finished our final examination last week, and then I am currently um, summoning my strength into checking some papers because it's actually one of my weaknesses personally. Um, it is procrastinating in checking my students' paper. So tonight I'm gonna be checking one thing, and so I just thought that maybe I could make a video out of some of the questions that I gave during my final examination. Um, I could really see my stuff back there, so please forgive me. Actually, I'm just also this video is also me checking if the camera and the microphone of this laptop is actually working properly. So it's actually a maiden video for me. So first I'm gonna be the first question, the first problem I'm gonna be working on tonight is the one that I gave to my hydrology class. It turns out that although this problem is actually was discussed during my survey, hydrographic survey classes with them. But then one of the lectures in hydrology classes, in one of my hydrology classes, is the stream velocity or the water discharge measurement. And it turns out that one of the methods there is actually one of the methods that I have discussed in surveying, which is area velocity method. And I'm gonna be solving this problem tonight because I'm actually making some kind of a answer key to the problems that I gave them. So um, the problem goes this way: at a certain section of a river, the left and the right water edges are 3 and 4.5 meters respectively from the initial reference point. Verticals are located at distances 7, 12, 16.5, 19.5, 23, 27, 32, 35, and 39.5 meters from the initial point. Depth of verticals 1.8, 3.5, 4.6, 3.4, 5.8, 6.6, 5.7, 3.6, and 1.2 meters. Mean velocities in the verticals are 0.15, 0.3, 4.5, 0.5, 4.8, 4.55, 0.54, 0.48, and 0.20 meters per second, respectively. And so determine the following. First question is the cross-sectional area of the river. Actually, there's actually two ways for us to be able to solve this problem. One of the methods is by solving the area by individual trapezoids, but I think I'm gonna be using the method which was illustrated in Lapuk's book in surveying, in which I actually don't know what the method that thing was called, but it's like getting the half of each of the adjacent trapezoids. And then second question is discharge of the river and average velocity flow of the river. So basically that's just it. So first, uh, the method I'm going first thing in every surveying questions that I've been telling my students is that as much as possible try to draw the figure. And my students always know that every time I give them problems in surveying, I really don't provide them the sketch of the problem unless it's really complicated. Because personally, it's also my way of assessing if their English compression is good. Because um, the method in teaching in surveying or in engineering in the Philippines is in English. So not knowing or not being proficient or not understanding English just because you are studying surveying is not really an excuse. So that's it. It's actually my way of testing them if how well do they understand English and how do they interpret the questions. Because it's really hard for you to solve most of the engineering questions if you don't really sketch them. So first you have to understand the problem. Second, you have to sketch it, and then you start from there. Then you just have to recall all of the formulas and theories that have been taught to you, and just start there. So you have to draw. You have to draw the figure here, which is really necessary. Although I'm just gonna be inserting some. I don't know. I'm gonna be using this is my first video, so I'm gonna be doing better presentation next time. So first is to draw the figure like this because it gives you a better picture on how are you supposed to solve the problem. So as you can see, um, you could actually solve these things by a series of um, trapezoids. Like get this as area 1, area 2, 3, 4, and so on. But since hypothetically we are using the velocities given were placed on the verticals and it said these are mean. So since the velocity given are already mean, how do I picture how do I interpret the statement that the velocities given on the offsets are mean? Probably velocities were taken on different depths on the certain area because probably um, the depths of that area probably they had velocity on the top portion of the water, then in the middle and until some certain depth, and probably they got the MPV or the most probable value of the velocity um, on that place, or probably they had um, multiple entries. They got the velocity by uh, floating flotation method or by float method in which they had certain start and finish markings on a certain portion of the stream or the river in which they made something a floating device to float from this point until it reached a certain point and it has been timed, but the velocities given are mean. So if it's already the mean, we could no longer um, we could no longer make any other operations on those velocities because one of the methods in finding this the discharge by area velocity is by yeah getting the area of the certain area. I mean, get a piece. Probably it may even consider it as a form of a trapezoid, and then you will get the velocity on one. For example, it's like this. Let's consider this as one of the portion of the cross section, and then you will get the velocity of this portion, and then the velocity of this one, and then you get the average of these two. Add these two, then divide it by two, and then the average of that will be multiplied to this area. But we cannot do that anymore because the velocity given on these edges are already average. So what are we gonna do is the one that was done, uh, one of the methods done presented by Laffour, which is considering that these are the two adjacent cross sections of the stream. I mean the cross sections, and then you're gonna cut them. with certain, uh, you're gonna cut them around for some numbers of sections. And then let's say this is a mean velocity of on verticals offset, mean velocity here, mean velocity here, and mean velocity here. So what we're gonna do is that for example, the one here in the middle, we will multiply this mean velocity with half of this and half of this. So it will satisfy the formula already for the discharge, which is cross section area times velocity. Area times the velocity is volume over time. So half half area and area of the adjacent cross section multiplied by the velocity, the one with the one velocity in the below. So that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do with the two areas at the edges, I believe that since these are, wait a minute, since most of the time, if those, most problems like that, they would actually say, it's not actually mentioned in the problem. Sometimes we consider them as those velocities at the edges are considered zero. Yes, because even if you would really try to visit some streams or rivers, the one at the edges, the one at their banks are not really as fast. Yes. So the one which has a strong stream velocity are the one at the deeper portion of the river, mostly the one at the middle. So it's gonna be like that. So the area would be half and half, half and half of the two adjacent trapezoids. So with the figure that we have, we're gonna be having, I think I'm gonna be using another ink for this one. Oh, really, I'm gonna be working. I promise I'm gonna start working on it. Next time I'm gonna be making a video with my clothes off, and I'm gonna be showing off. Most of the videos are gonna be through my hats down. So gonna be half of this, and half of this, half of this, and half of everything. Okay, so we're gonna be marking this ones as should we put the velocities by now? No. Actually, the formula that we're gonna be using to find the areas is still similar to the areas of a trapezoid, but only you're taking it different. So the area one, we have to take a simplified equation out. This one is the half of 4 and the half of 5. Half of 4, the half of 5. So there's going to be 4 plus 5 divided by 2 because it's common. Half of 4 plus half of 5. So it's going to be like 4 plus 5 divided by 2 multiplied by the altitude, which is the depth. So it's going to be 4 plus 5 divided by 2 times 1.8. Since I'm not really that good with, so it's going to be 9 divided by 2 is 4.5 times 1.8, so it's going to be 8.1. So you're going to be, and then you're going to be doing that for the rest of the area, following with 5 plus 4.7. 5 divided by 2 times 3.5. You might get bored looking at my face while doing this one, but just deal with it, dude. There's nothing you could do about it anyway. You're in my channel, so got to deal with it, bitch. So it's gonna be 4.6, and I'm actually really testing on how long can I actually get to solve a problem like this. Because I also really can't understand my students. They really take this long in answering problems. It really gets really kind of frustrating. 3 plus 3.5 divided by 2, and wait, that would be 3.4, 3 plus 3.5 times 3.4, 11.05. Do you think I should be, every time I do this video, do you think I really should be presenting um, prepared solutions? So like the one they do in cooking shop, in which they show you methods and procedures, and then since they're gonna wait, they won't be waiting for the whole process to happen. So they will just, okay, we just put this in the oven for 3 hours, and then actually they won't wait for the next 3 hours. They're gonna be showing up with something which has been baked, or the one they have prepared beforehand. Think so? Um, please, I don't really take criticisms well, but if there's any way that you think it could improve whatever it is that I'm doing right now, please tell me so. And I wish somebody could point out how long did it take me to answer this one. Oh wait, uh, right, it's 3 divided by 2, that would be 4 times 5, that's like 10 times 7, I can't believe I actually punched that in the calculator. How many errors do I have to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm already at my area 8. And the one that I really don't understand is that sometimes my students really can't draw well. It's probably because they also don't understand the problem enough. Is it my fault they draw that badly? Because I hate to think so. But no, I don't think so. I don't think it's my fault. Then do you think it's also gonna be my fault if my students are really that bad in English that they cannot internalize the question because they can't understand English? No, I would also refuse to believe so. So I'm gonna be putting units on each of the answers that I had for every area. So considering that we have 9 verticals, so we're gonna be having 9 um, areas, 9 verticals, 9 areas. So the first question is, what is the cross-sectional area of the river? So basically, we'll just add up everything. So it's gonna be 8.1, 16.625 plus 17.25 plus, wait, I have to remember this one. I gotta check this. 2 times 3.4, 11.05. God, okay, so 8.1 plus 16.625 plus 17.35 plus 11.05 plus 21.75 plus 29.7 plus 22.8 plus 30.5 plus 6. So the total, yeah, oh yeah, I remember this answer. It's 146.775 square meter. You know, my kitchen really bothers me. So if anybody would watch this video, since I'm the one who's putting it out myself, please let it go. I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna clean up. Okay, so this answers the first question. The answer is so if you're gonna be comparing on how, yes, that's 140. What did I say? 146.775. So that answers first question. So discharge all the river. What are we going to do? We have individual cross sections and individual mean velocity on the verticals. So just we're gonna be simplifying. We're gonna be simply multiplying the cross section to the velocity. So we're gonna take it as individual discharge, and then we will just add them all up. Okay, so V1 is, I don't know, Q1 is A1 V1. So it's going to be just like that. So 8.1 times the velocity is it given? Oh, yeah, we have 0.15. Q2 is 16.625 by 0.30. Q3 is 17.25 by 0.45. Q4 is 11.05 by 0.5. Q4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Q5 is 21.75 multiplied by 0.48. Q6 is 29.7 multiplied by 0.55. Q7 is 22.8 by 0.54. Q8 is 13.5 multiplied by 0.48. And Q9 is 6 times 0.20. Okay, so Q, or discharge, is cross-section area times the velocity, QAV. So we're going to be taking the individual Q's and then similar as to how we got that area, just going to add them all up. So 8.1 times 0.15. You know, I might mess up, guys, so please just check. You may give me corrections later if you ended up solving it yourself, which is good. Don't, don't judge me, I won't judge you. But if you're my student, I might end up kidding you myself if you mess up. It's a really high tip. I really hate it. Times 12.5. You know, the whole day I really didn't feel well. Because just like some one of those days when you forget to eat or you're dehydrated, I really usually end up waking up with a very bad headache, or it's just tension headaches, or just stressed out, or withdrawal symptoms. You know. So just this morning I was nauseous. Thought I'm gonna die. wish I could pull off some uh, sick, sick leave. So I already got 9 Qs. I'm gonna be adding them all up for me to be able to answer question letter B. The B. And actually, not a while ago, I ate something, not really a proper dinner. I just missed bread, so I thought maybe I shouldn't have another dinner after this for me to be able to control my calorie intake. So Q, total Q, guys. Although this may, uh, I have to recall. I've been answering this thing for so many times. Uh, is cubic meter over seconds. So the answer to letter B is 73.292 cubic meter per second. How did we get that? I just told you. Okay, we had mean velocities for each dex given. I read it. Okay, and then You're gonna multiply it with half of the area on each adjacent on the adjacent areas. Half of the areas on the adjacent of the velocity. Okay, that is it. So the answer letter B. So now letter C is asking for the average velocity of the flow of the river. You don't add all of those velocities given to you, and then you're gonna multiply it by how many are there. I think there are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't do that because it's no, it's bad. So how are you gonna do it? And you're gonna do it because those were taken on different depths. So it's like almost angry. So it's like getting the average on things. You know, those velocities were taken on different depths. So we have it's like having a weighted average. Hmm? But you actually really can't determine it that way. It's really difficult to explain that right now. Okay, so you can't do that. So the method that we're gonna be using for us to be able to get the velocity is by reversing the formula. You know, because the formula for discharge is Q equals A V, or Q discharge is equal to cross-sectional area times the velocity. And since we are asked of the velocity, we're gonna be revising we will transpose the formula into V, or the velocity, is equal to the discharge divided by the cross-sectional area. Can we solve the problem now? Yes, we could, because we already have the answer for Q, the one that I just had, and the area that the one we had before. So the mean velocity should be 73.292 over 146.775. I bet the answer of this is around 4. I don't know. So we're gonna divide it with 1.146.775. Yes, got it. It's 0.499. So the answer is 0.4993 up to how many decimal points? 499 perhaps? Meter per second. So that's it. That's how easy the question number 2 on test 2. So I just really hope that those kids was able to do it. Kids were able to answer the questions properly. The question properly. So almost 29, so it's gonna be like 30 minutes long. It's gonna be up to my YouTube video. And I think I'm gonna be doing more of this. Bye. Wait, how do I stop this one? And collapse. Oh, there you are. Goodbye.